Oh, we're on.
We're
Okay.
on.
Yeah, hi.
Yes,
Hey
hello.
everyone. I'm Peaches.
I'm
joined
Wax
by
House.
my buddy Wax House. Yeah, we're gonna play Kid Chameleon for you. We're gonna do a 4 boss run for all of you today, and we're gonna race each other. So
We're bitter rivals, and I hope I
absolutely,
win.
yeah, of course. Hey, good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
All right, should we just get started?
I think we should get started.
give it a smack. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, this is Kid Chameleon. It's one of my favorite Genesis games. I played this all the time growing up. It's like a 2D platformer with a whole bunch of crazy winding levels in it and power-ups that you use to traverse them. And you might notice here that shoot, I wish I played level 1 a little bit better so we'd be more synced. One of the kind of interesting things about like this run that we're doing here is that we're playing on 2 totally different platforms, right? It came out for the Genesis. But they've been re-releasing this game on
Constantly.
pretty much everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Like it might not have had like the mascot staying power of Sonic, but he's pretty cool in his own right. And the game, was popular enough that it gets re-released. And I'm playing on a GameCube controller rather. I'm playing on the Virtual Console on the Wii. Wax is playing on the PS2 on the Sega Collection.
Yes.
Something or other.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's some load time differences, and that's something kind of interesting that we could, I guess, call out about these. Like the Genesis is actually like the worst way to run the game. It's like the laggiest version, and this version here, the Virtual Console, is like a little bit better to the point where over the course of this entire run, it saves maybe like 15 seconds. And then PS2, every single transition will load just a little bit faster. So whenever the screen goes either black or yellow from a teleporter, it'll be just a little bit faster. So that's just kind of an interesting like version difference between them. Maybe we're almost synced.
Are we close? That's
Yeah.
all right. Every load, I gain a little bit on
Yeah,
you
well, I'm
because
trying
I'm
to-
on the PS2.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up. So this category that we're doing is 4 boss, which means that we're not going to be skipping any bosses. As I said before, there's like winding levels, and there's all sorts of like alternate paths that you can take through all the levels. And
I believe total there are 103 levels in the game, but it's not possible to play all 103 in one sitting. I believe the maximum is about 91. Which is the max levels category. That's actually a category to play the maximum number of 91 levels.
yeah, and that max level path will like diverge from what we're doing quite a lot. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of game that you're not seeing just depending on what category that you're playing. And all we're doing is we're just trying not to skip any of the bosses. You can actually, so there's 4 of them. You can skip the first one, the second one, the first 2, or all of the first 3. And that's like the any % run. It's like an 80-second run, which is kind of lame. You just go straight from level 2 to the end boss. So we're not going to be doing that.
I believe this run covers 66 of the 103 levels. I think that's right. It's either 66 or 67. Does that seem right to you?
I think so. We'll keep track.
Okay, let's count.
Okay. 1.
I'm at level 2, so
Okay, crud. Gotta catch up. One thing you might notice us doing, at least like just in the past couple levels, is when we're on those teleporters, we're kind of like dancing, and we call that pumping. It's kind of an interesting technique that was only really recently discovered, which is that every time that you reset your horizontal speed to 0 on a teleporter, the teleporter will activate 1 frame sooner. So the faster that you can pump, ooh, that's a unfortunate helmet loss. Every time that you pump, it goes 1 frame faster. So here, I guess I lost my helmet here. This is going to be kind of like a backup strat. Because in this level, you're going to see Wax like fly up to the flag, and now I have to get this samurai helmet to just barely get enough speed. Okay.
that's another thing. So Samurai is the only helmet that can make that jump. The different helmets have different physical properties that can actually save you a lot of time if you have them in the right situation.
Was that a double bounce?
Yeah, technically.
Okay. So you can see that Wax is actually like gaining some extra distance on me here from being able to fly through this level. The helmets that you can use, you carry them over from level to level. But if you lose them like I did, you have to like, you know, find some scraps or go without. And I think that's kind of like something that's really cool about the speedrun of this. And I'm going to actually play it really safe because, okay. This here, what I'm driving over is called the ball pit, because if you fall into it, you get an additional hour inside of it.
Because you have a ball.
Yes, you have a ball inside the ball pit.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's like a disappearing bridge, and if you fall into it, it like locks over you, and you can't get out for a really long time. And there's like a advancing wall of saw blades coming towards you, and if they touch you, you just die instantly. So you do not want to go in the ball pit.
You can get stuck in the ball pit and still make it out, but
Yeah, it's just
you don't want to risk it.
very, very risky. How was your crapper?
Really good.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's a little trick we call the Pittsburgh crapper, which is apparently a thing. If you have like in the States anyway.
Oh, I had a beautiful crapper.
If you have a room with just a toilet in the basement, apparently that's called a Pittsburgh crapper.
Like without any walls or anything.
Yeah.
The toilet, like ominously.
Mm-hmm. You open the door and then there's a sink and a toilet.
Yeah. Okay, so Sinister
Oh, boy.
Sewers is this level here, and like neither of us want to get hit. I mean, we both have 2 HP. I need to actually get points. So yeah, we could talk a little bit about points.
Sure.
Yeah, so in this game, whenever you touch a flag, you'll start to tally your points, and you get points based on, you know, things that you did in the level, whether you beat the kind of like the time threshold that they consider a fast time, like the par, and then if you didn't get a prize or didn't take a hit, those are all things that give you points. And what that means is that we're actually going to be like strategically taking hits at certain times, just because it's like free for us to do it, you know. And it saves us a little bit of time for 2 reasons. First is that we just aren't watching those points tally on the screen. The second is that every 50,000 points that we get, we'll get a 1-up, and it'll just kind of like bounce around. And we're on slightly different 1-up syncs. I'm about to get a 1-up, so I'm actually going to lose a little bit more time compared to Wax.
Peaches is more aggressive, or he'll be more aggressive in this run, presumably to try to get an extra life skip later in the game. So you can set it up to where your points are just in the right spot, and one of the prize blocks, one of the prizes you can get in a prize block is 10,000 points. So if your points are in the right spot and you get that 10,000 point block, it gives you the points inside the level instead of having to wait for the score tally screen, and then you can skip one of the extra life sequences.
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to try to keep track. Now, I'm actually really far off my score routing because of getting hit on that level, so I'm going to try to correct it. And there's a couple different kind of like flex levels where it's like, okay, well, I was taking a hit kind of arbitrarily just to like set up my score, but now I'm under, so I'm going to like purposely avoid that hit just so that I'm back on track for my 1-up skip that I'm trying to get.
You'll also see us collect the diamonds at specific points in the game, and those are going to come in handy. Each helmet has a certain number of diamonds that are necessary to give that helmet very specific powers, and some of the powers later in the game help us beat bosses, get through sequences without taking damage, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're going to be like collecting, like every diamond that we collect is basically on purpose, either, you know, to get rid of the no score or no prize thing, and then also to increment towards the amount of gems that we need for these power-ups.
I love mashing. Alright, not bad.
Do you have time for some quick donations?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got a $50 donation from Ezratel saying, "Another great show, guys. Good work. Also awesome to see the live crowd. Danke für ein weiteres tolles Commentary allesamt." He's thanking us, just so you know.
Okay.
Dr. Fitz gives $50 and says, "Hello, ESA. Alzheimer research is a very important cause for me personally, both as a healthcare professional and because I'm taking care of my grandma who's suffering from the disease. So I'm glad to be donating to say game over to Alzheimer's. Great event as always. Thanks for the fun and the awesome speedruns, and keep up the good work."
Awesome. Thank you for those donations.
Thank you, yeah. All Peaches?
Yeah, did you get the jump?
I got the jump.
Nice. How do we even explain that? I think we just let it go.
Okay.
There's one small jump that we just get excited about hitting because it's pretty tight. I did not get it. FYI.
It's okay.
But this level here is a really good example of like how the helmets can be used very advantageously. It's like literally a 0-second level according to the in-game timer.
And I think a lot of those things are actually routed into the game by the original developers, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I think it's awesome too. For sure it's got to be, because one of the different categories that can be run here is, we call it the 100K trip. And it is a special warp that'll only activate if you get exactly 100,000 points. Or not, you have to get over 100,000 points by a certain level. And hang on, I gotta pay attention to these cycles. Ugh.
Yeah, man, I'm getting caught. Come on. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
What we're doing here is actually like the dev intended way to do this. Like kind of kind of an unfriendly set of jumps. Like if you're playing this game casually, you must do those.
Dude.
Wow. I want to get dripped on. Drip on me. What are these drips? Okay. Well, drips are one of the major RNG elements of this game. Drips and tornadoes. And they're not very major. It's basically just like you don't want to get tornadoed and you do want to get dripped in certain scenarios. Otherwise, there's actually very, very little RNG in this game. Like these platforms here, even though they look like they're kind of random, we are very familiar with how they move.
What about aliens, Peaches?
Oh yeah, I forgot about aliens. Yeah, okay, well we'll get to that later.
Hands.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there's more RNG than meets the eye. We'll get to those later.
Yeah. Oh boy, will we.
Yeah. I opted not to go for Mr. Worldwide. You thinking about going for it?
I don't know, I'm kind of behind now. Shit.
Try to close that gap. I don't know. It's up to you. So, this level that Wax House is entering is like traditionally long since been one of the slowest and I guess like most consistent levels because you just like hold right, you know. Okay, good try.
Thanks.
There's a really, really tight trick that you can do where you like run off of a pillar and get like a running boost off of the dragon, and it's actually like suspiciously, hard to do. So I major respect to Wax for going for it. And it's this level where you normally would just like hold right and kind of do like a Super Mario World like cape over it, right? But it'll save like 2.5 seconds if you do it perfectly because you just get this huge speed boost. So it does mean that there's a little bit of a risk here coming up on this level that I'm on. And second. Okay, I got a double bounce, nice. But you see there, I took 2 hits. And sometimes depending on what kind of bounce you get, that cloud there will or won't hit you. So if Wax takes 2 hits while he's going for this trick, then he's going to lose the helmet and not make that elevator cycle in time.
Yep.
So this is a critical moment.
Yay, I
Nice.
got through.
Good stuff.
All
Yeah,
right.
so there's a couple different kind of outcomes to what he just did there. Nice job, by the way. Good Ellies.
Thank you.
You can get the double bounce and then get hit once or twice and make that elevator. If you only bounce once, then you have a chance at making the cycle, but you have a very high risk of getting squished. And getting squished there is like a huge buzzkill. Like it probably would have meant that, the other player who doesn't get squished is probably going to run away with the race.
I would have run out of the building.
Yeah, I would have been like, man, just restart and do 100K trip.
Yeah.
Catch up with me that way. Yeah,
That's right, yeah.
So that was awesome. That's honestly really good for the race that we both got that. Wax, do you have anything to say? Otherwise, this is actually probably good donation time.
Yeah, this is good for me.
Yeah. Any donations to read?
Oh boy, dono time. We've got a $100 anonymous donation going halfway towards the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess any % incentive for Iron Boots in the credits, and the other half goes to Final Fantasy 13-2 Gilgamesh Fight.
Awesome. Thank you, Anonymous.
Thank you.
We've got a $25 donation from Orkun saying, "Hi, good luck. ESA Plum. Reader can choose the incentive." And we'll handle that after this run. Nev Flynn donated $100, still grinning from ear to ear over yesterday's incredible runs. Let's make the home stretch of the marathon just as good. And May Camo donated another $100 saying, "Thanks Wax and Peaches for keeping this amazing game alive. #crabhat."
You're welcome, Mikamo. Thanks everybody for donating. Crab hat. crab hat. You can wear a crab as a hat. Did you know that, Peaches?
No.
Yeah, you
Like
can.
in this game? Or?
No, just in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. I'm doing a special strat here on this boss where you get like a really low bounce on these rubber bricks, and every time that you bounce, it'll interrupt your axe throwing animation, which lets you throw them really, really, really quickly. And the height of the bounce that you get is actually like pretty tough to manage. And let's see if Wax gets his here. You also notice some diamonds that are like surrounding him. That's slowing down time. So that's the Samurai Suit's special power, and he expended 20 gems to be able to do that. So if he were to, for example, like die or something, which is suspiciously easy on this left head because every time that you bounce, the game speeds you up. Ooh, 2 damage. Going to get a safety helmet here. Okay, so the game speeds you up every time you bounce, and it's very easy to bounce, like, 28 times on that left head, and go flying into the ground, and it actually zips you, and you die instantly. So not taking a death there is definitely good.
What the heck is this helmet head at?
Because yeah, if you take a death, then like you don't get those gems back. So it's really tough to even redo the level. So, uh-oh, am I gonna get pissed on? Okay, whew, that flying alien there was threatening.
Sometimes those guys hang out.
I think this is a good time for donations, if there's any waiting.
Yes, of course. We've also smashed the $55,000 mark.
All right.
Just
Hey, yeah.
a heads up. F.
Let's
Blake
go.
donates $100 on behalf of Wax House. Good luck at Kid Chameleon. And Mikozik donated another $100, saying, "It's great to see ESA on stage again. Since 5 is my favorite number, here's a couple of bucks to 55k, which I dedicate to my long-gone grandma who saved lives during World War II but couldn't be saved from Alzheimer's herself. Keep up the great work, and let's say game over to Alzheimer's together. P.S. Can't wait for Definitive Misery Edition GTA SA run. Smiley face."
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, this level that Wax is on is like a very, very RNG heavy level. Those aliens walking around can do a lot of different things. You definitely don't want the flying ones to like aggro onto you, because if they do, then they will just park over your head and just like rain their piss down onto you, and it's like really devastating. It's really hard to break their aggro. So the fact that neither of us actually got like targeted
Is
by
good.
the aliens is great. Yeah.
Those will come up again later in a far more gatekeeping moment.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go for a trick that I really like to do. I call it the minefield. This used to be a trick that was just kind of like done, I guess, just for yucks. I started doing it more frequently. Did not get it. Okay. Well, that's a little bit of time lost. There's a really treacherous set of these shooter blocks there, and you need to just perfectly drive through them.
It's possible that with the PS2 load times, doing that trick might not even save time.
Yeah.
We aren't sure.
I can't. Jeez.
You got it, bud.
This is a frame perfect jump. Oh, okay, I got it after setting up the backup for it. Okay. Okay, well, I always go for it. I always say that you can't be afraid of a trick. As soon as you let the fear set in, get in your head.
Then what happened?
Well, shoot, now I'm actually like in a really bad score spot. What do I do? I could just not take a hit here and not get the Caves of Ice gem. I'm trying to do some like routing on the fly. This is like very non-standard. Yeah, I will not take a hit here.
Interesting.
But yeah, the trick that I was trying to do, all it does is it skips you. It skips a teleport that Wax takes
The
to
one I
take you a little
just
bit
did.
further in the level. Yeah.
Each of these levels also has a unique name to it, which is kind of cool. We buffer the start button, which skips the title screen for each level, but I don't know. That's something I always thought was cool about this this game?
Yeah, every level is either named or an elsewhere.
Or an elsewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, elsewhere is the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
It makes you really think.
My little tablet in front of me is saying anytime for messages. Do we have any donations?
We've got one,
Okay.
and it's from Lead Stirrer, donating $5 to say, "Let's go Wax House."
Thank you, Lead Stirrer.
I'd also like to remind you what we're all doing this for. The Alzheimer Fund aim to increase fundraising for the benefit of scientific research in order to find a cure for Alzheimer's disease.
So what am I doing?
I think you're doing great.
Good.
That's what I think.
It was a good thing I didn't take a hit in that previous level, because I almost lost the helmet there. All right, back on track.
There's a lot of buffering in this game at the start of levels. If you're going through a transition sequence between helmets, you can buffer jumps, movement, etc.
Yeah, and something sort of interesting about like the helmet transitions is that if you were to lose a helmet like from damage versus grabbing a new one, it's like the exact same time. Oh, 1 second here, I gotta.
Yeah, I can finish your thought. The two animations are just stitched together. So if you're going from one to the next, it won't make a difference. If you lose it, and then you're a regular kid for a while, and then get the next helmet, it's the same amount of time.
Right, thank you.
Sure.
Pretty sure that middle guy's got one. Yep, it's always one.
It's always one.
It's always one. So that was Bagel Brothers. That's what we always call them, and I think a lot of people who might just be, new to streams or new to the game, think that we're just like making up a funny name for them. No, that's actually the level name. These are the Bagel Brothers.
These are indeed the Bagel Brothers.
How are your bagels going? Nice bagels.
Not too moldy.
It's okay. A little bit of cream cheese.
Little bit, yeah. Not enough cream cheese, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This level here is actually like one of the big branching points of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like 6 different levels that you can go to here.
And no flag. They're all telepads.
Yeah. So here is where like we're getting into the 4th stage of the game is what they call them in the instruction manual, which is kind of misleading. But it just means like, between the 3rd boss and the final boss. And this is where like the paths really kind of go all over the place. And I think it's really neat. I've actually always sort of admired sort of the level design of this game in the sense that if you game over, it's very easy to sort of like get lost on your way back, and if you play the game a whole bunch, like I did when I was a kid, it was very common to just sort of like wander around and just sort of discover some new path and discover some new levels that you had never seen before. So I always thought that was really cool.
It's another thing. There is a hard game over in this game, so if you run out of lives and continues, that's it. You got to start back at the beginning.
Yeah.
Which I think is part of the lore, but it also, I think, contributes to some of the notorious difficulty of this game.
Yeah, and I always have, felt kind of funny about it being known for being difficult. I actually I liked it because of the exploration.
Sure.
And the difficulty never really was like that important. IMO. Oh, my score's nowhere near the skip. Okay, so we won't be doing a one-up skip. But it's a pretty minor time save, so it's not a big deal. It's just kind of a fun thing to talk about. So it's like, I don't know, it's like 2 seconds or something like that. In fact, I'm so far under on score, I think I might be able to just disregard it and skip a different one up later in the game. Because if you might notice, actually, every single flag that I touch on stage 4 gives you a path bonus, which you cannot avoid, and it'll always give you 25,000 points. And so what it means is that you're going to get a 1-up every other flag, no matter what. So if you can be far enough under, then you can still skip one more 1-up.
I'm way over, by the way.
Okay.
So What was your score at? Do you remember?
I'm 534.
It's close.
Yeah, we'll see. You know what? I'll take a hit here.
Ooh.
One thing too is that if you get every single bonus at once, so no hit, no prize, speed bonus, and path bonus on the levels that happen to have path bonus, you'll get this huge mega lag that's like super duper slow. So no matter what, we're gonna want to like avoid that on this level. This is like a very common one to get it.
Even on the Wii, you get that?
Yes, yeah.
I don't know if I do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If you get all of them?
Or on the PS2, yeah.
Okay.
It's at least reduced.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm entering the most notorious level of probably the game in all regards, like whether it's a casual run or a speed run. This is Alien Isle, and there's all of these aliens that are flying around, and these are the super vicious ones that'll peel over you. And very, very easy to lose a run here. And even though I'm in here as the fly, which is like extremely beneficial, like if you're doing a casual run, you don't get this unless you find a really secret hidden block. Otherwise, you would have to do these like crazy elevator jumping sections that are just like ridiculously hard and super unfriendly. And I think this is like probably one of the most like notorious game over spots for people who are playing this game for the first time. Either that or something like Bloody Swamp.
Which you didn't see in this run, by
yeah.
the way. Bloody Swamp is one of those advancing spike wall levels that we conveniently skip.
Yeah. Thankfully, yeah. Even though, like, if you're pretty familiar with it, it's not that bad. That's definitely a level where like
yeah.
it's tough casually, but the speedrun has an okay time with it. Alien Isle is like bad for everyone. No one likes that level. Okay, I'm getting good hand lock. Nice. So all of those hands are coin flips. There's 2 different X velocities and 2 different Y velocities. Or I think it's 4. It's 4 and 4, but it just happens to be that like 2 will hit me and 2 will not. So it's just like a coin flip if I get hit. It's Alien Isle. Yeah, so my score now is 609, which is like low enough that if I touch one more flag here, I should be, hopefully, underneath the 1-up threshold.
Oh, you think? Oh, okay. Even in Final Marathon?
I hope so. It's just going to be path. I'm definitely going to take a hit and get a prize. I think so. We'll see.
Oh, I got great hand lock. So those hands in the hallway there.
You didn't get any hands?
Not a single hand hit me.
Okay.
There's one at the end here, and that didn't hit me either. So that's the perfect RNG that
Yeah.
you get through that section.
Whoa, I missed that. Okay. Really?
You'll be all right, man. It'll be okay.
Yeah, just small
The
time.
backup there. Come on.
So this is like a really, really long and wide level. Also pretty notorious.
And very fun.
Yeah. I like this level a lot.
It is. Really nailing it just feels good.
Let's see. Yeah, skipped it.
Nice.
Oh, cool. We got a 1.
I didn't even know that was possible there.
Yeah.
I figured you just would always tally too many points.
And it was 646. So not taking the hit on Twisted Hills actually gave it to me.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Well, that was some neat little routing on the fly.
Smart. That's really good. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
really good on the fly.
Yeah. Speaking of on the fly, this is the last boss, and in order to defeat him, we need to get on top of him and ride him until his eyes pop out. And ooh, am I gonna get flown into? I don't trust this. I don't want to die in this guy. It's a little bit shambles. Okay, kind of sliding into the end here, but take those. All right, I'm almost done. Time for me. Let's see if Wax is any better in mine. Looks pretty good already. 4 bounce, okay. We like to measure like our approach based on how many bounces we do on the floor. Nice. Wow, that was like, really nice.
Yeah. Get over there. Get over there, buddy. That's good enough. Time. Hey, all right.
Nice race,
We
man.
did it.
That was pretty good. What was that? That was like
28,
second
53. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were really close.
28. I can't see yours. Where's yours?
Well, I don't know. I was looking at the...
2902. Nice.
Yeah, I think they're
Oh, wait,
both sub
mine's
29.
too. What?
No, I think they.
Yeah,
the
okay,
clock
okay,
kept
okay,
rolling,
okay.
but we got it.
All right. Well, cool. The ending is pretty straightforward. They're just like, hey, you beat the game, you save the kids, and you win, I guess. And they have these little clip arts of the devs,
Including. Oh, I don't know.
BC.
Bill Willis.
Yeah. Steve Boyda. Lots of cool people. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for watching this. Thanks, everyone who donated during that. If there's any other donations, we could sneak them in during the credits here.
Yes, thanks.
Well, yes. Oh, Grim Shins donated $5 and asked, "Hey Wax, do you like Wendy's?"
Yeah, I like Wendy's.
And and K-Free Maxi Girl donated $125 and said, "River City supports Wax House."
Thanks, everybody. Thank you for the
Alright,
support.
I'd
Thanks
like
for
to
having
thank you
me. Thanks
both.
for all the donations. Thanks for the great event. And good luck,
Do you have any shout-outs?
everyone else. Not off the top of my head. I didn't prepare any. No.
Well,
Just want to
shout out
thank
to my
everybody.
buddy Wax.
Absolutely.
Great race.
Thank
and,
you.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, for watching and donating. Enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Thank you too for the race. We'll be right back after the intermission with The Binding of Isaac, Repentance, run by Shigan and Ganonimus. See you right there.